Everyone, to stick with us versus her. Thanks so much for waiting. This is a live stream, the UVH daily live stream. We go live 30 minutes after market close. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, hit the bell button. We go live, like I said, 3:30 Central, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, the link is below. I post all my trades in there throughout the day. We have a great community. If you're here right now, say what up. We got Joe. Hamed is talking to Dorian. Richard. Who else were we talking to? Linda. Sorry, Linda. Jack. Saw you in here earlier. Who else is in here? Somebody else, I think. Who else? What's going on, Jeff? How's everyone's day going? Gilda, William, Nicholas, Greg. Hope everyone did well today. Joe, my hair's great. Sakara Kit, what's going on? Nice to see you all in here, day in, day out. You guys support really does mean a lot. Appreciate it. Today Dow was up. Dow was up 200 points. Nasdaq was down. Linda, nope, no payday. Anyway, if you got paid today, comment got paid. I got paid a little bit, not a lot, but we're working on it. We're working on it. S&Ps were up 0.5%. We had a little drop here at the end. Hamed was down a bit. Yeah, I mean today they crushed premium a little bit. You know, with the up day here. Baron, what's up? What's going on? How's everyone doing? About even, down 13. William, not bad. Richard got paid a little bit. Yeah, it was kind of like a slow and low day. I actually did quite a few trades today. I did like 12 trades, which we'll go over here. Ben, what up? Eric, how's it going? Quick question, guys. I know my stream time starts at 30 minutes after close. Do you think it's better if I started earlier? Because it seems like a lot of people are waiting for the stream. Like, what if I started it right at market close at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern time, or like 5 minutes after close? What do you guys think about that? Or do you guys think that the 3:30 p.m. time slot, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time slot is good for everyone? Let me know. Joe got paid for taking my grandmother's. Okay. Let me know what you think. I got my Coke here. Get a little caffeine in here. William, makes no difference. I'm at my desk. Eric says at close. Baron, I'm good with whatever. You're waiting on some morning trading. 5 minutes after close would be good. Daniel. 1 p.m. Pacific. What is that? 3 p.m. then? 3 p.m. Yeah, 3 p.m. Central. So right at market close. Greg likes 3:30. Current time works. Okay. Samuel thinks it's the way it is, so we can talk about any dramatic change that happens within the market close, like earnings and stuff. Yeah, I originally set it for 30 minutes after close because we could talk about earnings. We could talk about, because earnings sometimes come out at like 5 minutes after close, 15 minutes after close, or 30 minutes after close. You know, depending on earnings. Okay, seems like the current time. Everyone's enjoying the current time. Okay. So yeah, I did like 12 trades today. I was a bit stacked here today. Mostly this morning. So what I did this morning is, so I took Friday off. Okay, Ben, I got you. I took Friday off. And this morning I had only a couple of positions on. I had a position on at open. I had a position on AMD. I had a position on JD, and I had a position on IBM. Cobra Commander, what up? If you're joining us right now, say what up. So I only had 3 positions on this week, this morning, and they were left over from last week. And as you can see, now I have, let's see, I have JD, IBM, GE, FIT, Alibaba, Amazon, and AMD. But let's get into, because IBM is going to take the most time because IBM I've been trading for the last week or so. I'll show it on here since it's a little easier to kind of give you some context of what's going on with IBM. Let's go last 7 days. So IBM, just to see, let's go back here to the 1 year chart. Okay, to give you the trade. So for the last, let's see here. So on October 29th, I started trading IBM. So I put a position, my original position is on here, is on October 29th, I bought a strangle for $1.69. I sold it for $2.66, so almost $100 there. So I bought it for $1.69. I sold it for $2.66 credit here on the next day. So 10/29, you know, we had this drop. On 10/30, I sold it, and I sold it for almost a dollar credit. And then things got a little messy on that. I bought on October 30th. I kind of layered in a strangle, and what I did was on October 30th, I bought the 123 call that expires, which expires now this week for $1.14. So now it expires. It expires right now expires this week. It's going for $1.14. And actually, let's pull up those. To kind of show you as well the charting on these guys right here. Let's go to, okay. So on these, so $1.14, I bought them like somewhere. I bought them somewhere like in here, and as you can see, the value of them are now 29 cents. So I originally bought a call for $1.14, which I'm down considerable on that call. So at the time, I was down a lot. And then to play defense, because that call got crushed, I then bought a strangle which expired worthless for $1.20 last week. So I made $100, and then I actually lost $120. I lost it. I bought the 112 put and the 120 call right here on October 30th. So I played a little bit more defense, and then the reason what happened there is let's bring up IBM here. IBM literally went nowhere, so it was sitting at like 115 for 1, 2, 3, like 4 days. So 4 days. So this is what happens when Theta and IV get crushed. And Theta got crushed. The stock didn't move anywhere. Implied volatility went down a lot. And as you can see, it was like $3, $3.85. Well, this was because of earnings though, you know. But after earnings, it went from $1.14 when I bought it all the way down. It went to as low. These went to as low as 5 cents, and now trading at 29 cents. So what happened? So then on October 30th, I played some more defense, and I was kind of like, okay, we're basically at break even now. So I made 100, lost 120, but I still have these 123 calls. I don't want to lose this extra $1.14, so I kept averaging down because I thought, like, basically because the stock wasn't going any lower. I mean, it looked like it went lower. It would gap up, but return back to like the 115 range. So 115 seemed to be pretty steady support. So I kind of layered in. So then October 30th, I bought more for 23 cents, and then on November 1st, I bought more for 17 cents, and then this morning, I bought them for as low as 9 cents. I bought them for 9 cents, and then I sold them for 35 cents. So I bought 5 more. I bought 5 more this morning at 9 cents, and then I sold 5 of them for 34 cents. So like triple the money there. And then I actually still holding on to, if we go into IBM here, I still have 6 of them. in case we go up a little bit more, because I think that we're going to go up a little bit more. So I did cover. I got, I got $170 back this morning after selling them at 9 cents. From 9 cents to 34 cents, so I got $170 back. This cost me for 5 of them, so I spent, less than $50. Spent $45, and we got back 170 on that. So I'm still holding six of them, 6 of those calls right now. And I don't really like if you look at, oops, wrong one here. IBM. If you look at my trades, I don't really like that it doesn't show me. Like if you look at all my trades here on this, let me make myself smaller here. I don't really like, it doesn't show me my average right now. It's saying my average is 9 cents. It's not accounting for the $1.14, and then that, my average on these obviously is 9 cents now after I bought them, because it's saying it took off 5 of them. It took off the more expensive ones. It took off the $1.14 one and then the 23-cent one. Right now I have the 16-cent one and the 8-cent one. So it's saying my average is 93 cents, but then it calculated my profit as at 60 bucks. So we made all the money back basically, and I'm letting the 6 ride, because right now this $118 and I'm up on the position is pretty much just kind of cake. So I'll take the position off tomorrow. I'm not looking to make killer money, but it looked like it wants to run. It was holding. Volatility really died down at the end of the day because it really was just holding this 120 range here. So if we go up $1 or $2 tomorrow, those $6 call, the $123 calls are going to be looking right. So that's what I did. So I don't actually normally average down that many times. The reason why I did average down that many times is because I had a lot of time on those contracts. I bought them for 2 weeks out at the time, and then I was playing some defense on them. And the only reason why I averaged down more is because it looked like it really wanted to bounce back. And then on this spike this morning, it went up to 118, and those contracts were only 9 cents. So in the first 15 minutes, when did I buy these? I bought these at 8:40. So in the first 10 minutes, of open, when it was spiking up right here, they're only going for 9 cents. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, and I'm glad that I did, because it was a low risk and high reward scenario. So I guess my only regret is I didn't buy more of them. But I didn't want to. I was actually pretty heavy in on the trade. I didn't want to keep. You don't when you're in a trade like this, you don't want to keep averaging in, because then you spend $50 and you spend another $50 and you spend another $100, and then sooner or later you're like, hey, I'm in $500 in this trade that just may not work out. So that's why you got to be careful with it. The reason why I did it is because it was holding this price for a long time, and I was looking for either direction, and it really bounced back up to the upside today. So that's really what I was looking for, the consolidation and then the rip. Secure Kit, I like the sale going on GE. So yeah, so right now GE, you guys are saying GE is getting, so GE for me, guys, is any time that it's up, I'm shorting it. So that's really what it's about. I mean, in terms of a company, I'm not really looking. They're not looking very very good. I mean, yeah, they could have a short term pop, and pretty much every pop they've been getting dropped. And I made on this drop, I don't know how much in the last week. On the last week alone on GE, I'm up around $1,500 on GE alone, just shorting this. Every rip gets popped, it just drops. So, before I didn't trade it for earnings, after earnings, I mean, and GE, if you look at GE, if we're looking at GE last week, bought them for 7, sold them for 21, bought more for 7, sold them for 15, then I bought more for 10. So it adds up when you're making double or triple. That definitely adds up. And the risk I took today, I bought more. I bought $8 puts for 18 days out. I don't think my goal is not for it to actually hit $8. I'm just looking for these to increase to 20 to 30 cents is really my goal here on GE. You know, if it comes down to like 875, 850, I'm good. I'm good with it. Rocky, what's going on? Nice to see you here. Glad to see you're always learning. Which strike and expiry is that your country and IBM? Trying to figure this out. Joe, I have this Friday expiration. So I actually originally bought the calls 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and I had 2 weeks on them. Now I only have 1 week on them, or the next 4 days. They expire. IBM's expiring this week, November 9th. Yeah, November 9th. All these were for November 9th, as you can see here. Eric, I'll get to your question in a second. Samuel, I saw you look at 1 second. I'm just going to go through some of these other trades that I have today that I'm going through real quick. JD. So JD, I actually had a strangle on this morning. I was in the money. I closed out the calls. I closed out the puts. I lost. Actually, I made $14 on the puts, and then I averaged in today. I averaged in some of the calls. So I have the 26 calls for this week. I think that's going to run a little higher. I averaged in, so 9 cents in my new average for that. So JD, give me a second. Let me look here. So JD, I originally bought a call for 53 cents. Then I bought more for 13 cents and more for 9 cents. So my average right now on the 26 calls, is 17 cents. So if we look at JD, so my average right now on these 26 calls are 17 cents. They're going for 11 cents right now. They were going for like 13, 14 cents earlier. So if we get a pop tomorrow, the next day on JD, you know, if not a big deal. You know, we made a little bit of money or scratch on them at we'll probably lose a little bit on JD if it goes against us. One of my bigger mistakes today, I bought BABA this morning, and I didn't buy a strangle or anything. I just bought calls. I bought the 155 call here for 93 cents here, 9:31 this morning, so an hour after market open. I was looking at this right here. Reason why I bought it is because it's kind of volatile right now, and the reason why I bought it right in here when it was moving up. It looked like it wanted to move up back up to 150, so I bought it, and then it just got crushed. Karan, I did not play. I'm not playing earnings on JD. I'm doing a pre-earnings trade. So yeah, JD, I'm looking forward to move up before earnings, but I'm not trading earnings on it. And then the bubble got bursted here. So I averaged down those bubble calls for 33 cents. So I bought them originally for 92 cents, 33 cents, and I think my average on these guys, I like how Thinkorswim does the math for me. My average right now is 52 cents. So if it goes up, if Alibaba goes up to like 47, 48, I'll be making some money. Goes up to 148, 147, I'll be making some money. Held the pricing down here really good into close, so I don't know. Doesn't mean anything, but the one thing that I was really worried about today is that my delta was getting extremely long because I added calls on BABA. I added calls on JD. I added calls on IBM, but I sold those. But at the time I was getting really rather long, and right now it's saying my delta is negative 65, as you can see here. But at one point in time, my delta was up like over 200. And in this market, I don't want to be like too long, just because of these rip ups are getting faded. So what I did is I bought GE puts. Where's the GE? Yeah, GE puts I bought for 10 cents, which we talked about. You know, we got that faded, and then I put another trade on FIT. I bought 20 puts for November 16th, so we got 11 days out. and I bought those for the $5 strike. If it returns down, yeah, $5 strike. So if it returns down to here, or goes down to 550, goes down to 550 will be good. If it goes down $5, I mean that's gonna be fat. But in terms of how much money it is and stuff like that, it's everything is pretty balanced. I would say I'm probably more neutral now, because I mean, like Alibaba was a bigger trade because it's an over $100 investment. Fit was only a $100 investment. GE is only a $100 investment. IBM is a little bit more. However, since I sold some, saying my cost on my cost on Baba right now is 160, and my cost on IBM is now down to I don't think that's entirely right. It's saying 62. It's definitely more than that, because I've been averaging down. It's probably like 150. But I did take a lot of money off the table, so we'll see. Amazon. So Amazon, I bought the 2,000 strike calls for next week, mainly because I liked the way it was going like this. I actually sold them. So when it gapped up yesterday, I actually bought the same calls. The 2,000 calls for these are November 16th. I actually sold them for a little bit of profit on Friday, because I sold them for like 70 cents. Then we had this drop, but the recovery in Amazon was looking pretty good. So if we gap up, I'm looking to sell these for like 70, 80 cents again. Not looking to turn them into $3,000 or anything like that. But just trying to stay relative. So that's pretty much the goals for my trades. It was a pretty busy day. That's why I'm taking up so much time here on the trades I did. Also, AMD, I took a $25 loss and realized I had the 19 put and the 21 call left over from last week. If you look at AMD real quick, and on this drop, I was down small, but it wasn't going below 19. So I realigned. I took the $25 hit, and then I bought the 1850 put and the 20 call, which seems to be working out a little bit better. So if we get above 20 tomorrow, now if we jump down below 19, the one thing I like about the long-term chart for AMD is like we could easily go below 18 or below easily here. But if it goes up, if it fills this gap, would be nice for this trade. But there's no support in here, so that's why you got to take it easy. Hey, what's going on, Easy? Take it easy. What up? Good timing. So that's why I like where AMD is right now, because it's on the cusp of either getting rejected, which we go down to like 15, like 17 or 16, or fills the gap up to 24. So that's what I'm looking at. Apple's been going down like nobody's business, and it feels like every day there's more bad news. I told you guys that before earnings that you got to be careful about those iPhone shipments. I knew they weren't going to deliver. The iPhone costs more, so they're making more money, but they're shipping less. So it's kind of like anything that you sell. You can make more money, but you could be selling less of them. And people don't like that they're selling less phones. However, most people could. However, on the flip side, you could say like, well, they're going to be making more money off of it. So, everyone has their own opinion, right? So let's go into here. Berkshire Hathaway calls. Nick will not discuss it. He is being silent on this. He said that he doesn't trade this. Dorian, I'll look at Berkshire. I typically don't trade them. Before today, I mean, was anybody talking about it? I mean, yes, the calls were going up. There was some pretty good volume on these today. I mean, there's about 500%. But let's take a look. Let's look at these 217.50 calls here. Kind of look at what the pricing was going throughout the day, because I wasn't really watching it. If we go into the 15-minute chart, yeah, I mean, most of it is because it gapped up, but they really didn't go anywhere, after the open here because of the gap up. I mean, yeah, they did open at 75 cents. So if you didn't get in real quick, I mean, you'd be, making $1.70. You'd only be making like 20 cents if you held. Mostly the people that were rewarded with Berkshire Hathaway were the people that were holding from last week. So in terms of where it's going, I don't, who knows? I guess it's coming back down to this level where it bounced before, but it's a tough. I would say it's probably a tough company to trade, to be honest with you. So it's not that I'm not talking about it. It's a tough company to trade. Go 3584. What up? There were some questions in here. I'm taking questions now. There were some questions in here about an iron condor. Let's go into Baron Mexico. There was some questions. CryptoVim, I think I missed you. What's going on? Okay, Samuel, I got you. Okay, so yeah, we're hitting some lows here. Let's see. These have any volume? Not much volume on these, but not terrible on these weeklies. Let's see the monthlies. Monthlies not great. There is some open interest on them, but yeah, I mean the bid and ask is not that wide, but it's not like terrible, but it's not that attractive. Does anybody know anything about this company? I mean, are you talking about, do they have earnings? They had earnings 11.5, so today. Let's see here, MYL, let's look at these. Oh, so it's at 33. And it closed at 31. So yeah, this could actually have some nice, if it breaks above here, some nice bullish momentum. Definitely underneath the zone here. Support looks like it hits 35. Could be a good long from 33 to 35, and then get out and see if it breaks that or gets rejected. So, Eric, what do you look for when doing iron condors? So let's go to like Boeing. So for an iron condor, I'd be looking for a chart like this, like bouncing, getting rejected at like 360 and support at 330. And then I would probably, depending on how, unfortunately, you'd want to put this on during up here when volatility is high. So in the earlier trade, so when it gets like 360, put the trade on, and then you'll see IV get crushed, and that iron condor will really come in. I did have one back in here during the summer when it was this. That's why I pulled this trade up. I haven't done an iron condor in a while, mainly because of the volatility. But in terms of a chart, like for Boeing, when I was getting rejected here at 360, support at 330, very nice iron condor. Then IV got crushed. So nice return on that bad boy back in July and August. Joe. I have the print right here. I have the orders right here on Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim, right here. IBM bought these this morning, 11.5 at 8:39. So 9 minutes into open, I bought 5 of them for 8 cents right here on this Thinkorswim account for November 9th this week. And then I bought, if you look at my account here, pull this up. I bought them this morning. So here's my buy and sell order here. So I bought them at 8.4 on this account, 8.40. Another 5. I bought these for 9 cents. I actually got a better deal on Thinkorswim. Bought them for 8 cents on Thinkorswim. Tasterworks, I bought them for 9 cents. And then here's my sell order, 35 cents. So yes, I'm 100% sure. And I bought them 10 minutes after open. And you can look, if you look at the pricing today. Look at the pricing today. Look at the Joe doesn't believe me. I got 9 cents for these. Look at the pricing today. Could have got them for 7 cents today. This is the 15-minute chart. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Whoops. Let's go today. Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. They were going to 7, 8 cents. They went from they jumped from 10 cents up to 20 cents, and then they just increased from there. They hit a high of 45 cents today, They closed at 29 cents. So, you could have had a nice 400, 500 percenter at open, and not swing trade if you want to do a day trade. So yes, it's true. It's true. I'm officially at 0 at Robinhood thanks to Bob and Amazon. Luckily, I bought shares. Oh man, easy. Don't let your account. Don't blow up your account. Don't blow your account up. Joe, it wasn't a lucky trade. I've been trading those 123 calls for over a week. I've been averaging down. I gave you a 10-minute example. So I didn't get lucky. I just averaged down at open when they were cheap. I saw they were cheap because they were on my screen already. What up, man? Anyone shorting F? So I was torn between Ford and Fitbit for a short. I wanted to short one or the other. Yes, Fitbit's up a little bit, and I picked Fitbit over Ford mainly because if you look at Ford, it looks like it has some bullish consolidation here, and Fitbit had more like a bearish. Now tomorrow, if it opens up like higher or around $6, then that maybe change. I can take my money off the table, but for right now, this looked like it was descending versus Ford. Ford has been consolidating and now looks like it wants to make its move up to 10. So, and I was looking for a short position. I didn't want to add any long positions after I added so many long positions today, because if anything happens tonight or with the election or anything, I wanted to have some short delta. And I was long Baba. I was long IBM, and those took up most of the capital that I was expending here. Nick, what about Microsoft? Actually, Microsoft, I was looking to do a strangle on. I actually have an alert on, and let's go to the 15-minute chart on Microsoft. So I actually had an alert for if it breaks 108, I'll probably put on a strangle. And I was looking earlier, it made a nice move from 106 up to 107, but it looks to me like at the 108 level it was getting rejected. It hit a high at 108.70 and then fell, and then hit like 108 here, and then we fell down to like 105, 104 area, and then now we're back up to here. So I was waiting to see. So basically, I'm looking to see if it's going to hit 108 and break out, or if it's going to just fall apart again, is what I was waiting for. If it breaks to 108, 110, there's no such number as 110. 110 is very likely. However, if it doesn't, 105 looks very likely. So I was looking to put a. I wanted to buy like for a strangle on it. If it does hit. Oh, I was playing with the strangle on it already. I was looking at the 110 here and the 106, but I'd rather get like the 107 and 109. And I wasn't going to pay $2.18 for this at the time, so I'm waiting for it to go up and maybe theta kill. So tomorrow, see what happens with it. Wait for some theta decay, and then put that on for a swing trade or a day trade. Karan, would you trade VIX pre-midterms? I'm not going to be trading VIX, no, and I'm not gonna trade SPY. I might sell some premium on SPX or SPY, mainly because volatility is probably going to be high, and I think that the expected move is going to not happen. Everyone overestimates, I think, the elections. If you think about like the last presidential election, the market dropped a lot, but then it recovered, and premium was then crushed. In this election, this election is important, but it's not going to be getting as much coverage, and I think that the stock market's not going to move crazy. Obviously, it's my opinion. You can trade any way you want, but for me, I'll be looking to sell premium in SPX and SPY. Easy. I'm clearly done with Robinhood, and we'll go back to basics. I have a clean slate and start from zero with knowledge of options, and will redevelop my risk strategy because obviously my strategy didn't work. Yeah, easy. I think that you just over traded, and then like you can't. You gotta have some money in the tank to play defense. Like the only reason why I made IBM work or made money on IBM, and this is not the first time. Like if you think about the last trades I've done, I did this last week on GE. I did this on Tesla. I've been doing this defensive trades because a lot of times when you first put a position on it, seems like a good idea, but then it goes against you. And so I've been playing a lot of defense because the market's been crazy. I've been playing a lot of defense, but I've been making that back and then some. So you got to have, when you place trades, you got to have enough money in your account to cover the trades, but also enough money in your account to play defense for if that trade goes against you. Because if, let's say IBM, let's say I didn't have enough money to play defense on IBM, I would be out $300 versus making a profit today. So. FC has a forward straddle going. Nice. Yeah, I mean, if you have a straddle or a strangle, I think forward will be good. I was looking for mainly a bullish position. I mean, a bearish position. Hamed, McDonald's. I actually haven't traded McDonald's after I lost some money in there, like when it was trading sideways in here. When it was trading sideways, I actually haven't had a position on, but it might be a good idea. Let's see what the option prices are going for. Let's see for next week. So IV is pretty low. 25% IV rank on the options. Yeah, might be a good trade. Let's see, it moved 364 today. Expected move by next week's 431. I mean, yeah, I like it. This week the expected move is 281. It moved 364. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely. Let's see what the one thing about McDonald's is it kind of is like a slow mover. I mean, it will it has periods. You have to put a position on McDonald's when it's like consolidating. So the one thing I noticed about trading McDonald's, like when you trade it when it gets crazy, is not like a good time to trade it. You have to wait till it's like a consolidation period, like in here. I mean, this goes for a lot of different stocks too. But you know, the crazy moves only happen like this morning. It popped from 171 up to 181, and then it didn't go anywhere the rest of the afternoon. So for 2 hours we had the pop, and let's say you added the position on up in here, like a 179. I mean, you weren't really that rewarded here. So for me, it would have been a tough one. You're better off, like it consolidated on Friday here. Yes, it dropped a little bit and consolidated, but it kind of was just sitting at these levels, and then it made its move. Kind of like IBM. You know, pretty much IBM was consolidating, and then we had the huge move. So, I would wait. For me, I'd be looking at McDonald's, but I'll probably be waiting for it to kind of chill out. Seems like that's the play on McDonald's. So Carrot Kit shorted McDonald's and Ford. Nice. Like 12 cents. Easy send me a message. Yeah, if you guys, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook Messenger anytime. Yeah, easy. You just have all these calls. You need a hedge, which I showed here. Whether you're hedging with the same stock, whether you're doing like a strangle or you're hedging with something else, like I'm long BABA and IBM, so I shorted GE and FIT. You don't necessarily have to hedge on the same stock or even in the same sector. Richard, what do you think of Weight Watchers? Let's see here, Richard. If you're new here, say what up. Definitely want to meet you. Oh man, Weight Watchers. I've actually been waiting. It's been coming down. I didn't actually think it was going to drop more, but it looks like the earnings were disappointing on Weight Watchers. Let's see here. Yeah, earnings. They missed earnings here. Ivy crushed. Now in literally 4 months, 3 months, the stock's getting cut in half. I mean, that's nuts. In terms of Weight Watchers, I don't know what kind of volume. They do okay volume. Not great. Open interest volume was okay. Bid and ask are kind of wide. You got like 30 cent, 40 cent. I mean, it's not that liquid. On a 7% move today, this only made 70%, 90%. So these numbers aren't great. Would probably wait for it to die down, but I don't know what it did on what the daily chart looked like. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. This could easily, since they had earnings, this could easily just get faded too. Might just been like a dead cat bounce and get faded. So I would definitely keep it on watch. Looks like a no trade right now until you look for more directional. I mean, obviously it's been going down for 4 months, but just because it had a bounce today doesn't mean it's going to go back up. Joe says was a losing trade. You were hedging till today. You got lucky. That move came today. Yeah, I mean, Joe, I did discount that IBM trade as like a full loser. I wasn't going to pump more money into it until I noticed that the pricing was so low. No, I don't have inside information. I have access to the same screens that you do. Thinkorswim and Tastyworks is all I use to track trades. Let's see here. What else you guys got? I'm going to use SPX for paper trading. It's a good one to learn with. Yeah, I agree. I was stuck. UAA. Who else is trading UAA? Anyone else trading UAA? I mean, this one's definitely interesting. And I think we talked about this last week, where it looks like if it wants to get rejected or not at the 24, like people were talking about it, but I didn't think, like for me on Under Armour, there wasn't enough juice from 23 to 24. I wanted to see if it was going to get rejected here at the 24 area. It wasn't enough juice in there. Now that it did get rejected, it looks like. Hit 24.7, but it also just moved sideways. So this is, this is a tough one. For me personally, like I would wait a couple more days to kind of see which way it goes. Can we break above? If we break above, that'll be a good trade. If not, then it'll be a good strangle play for to the 22 or 20. So like the low 20s would be my target. So for a short position, low 20s would be my target. And then if we could break above 25, who knows? So it would be good. So it's basically in range. Let's see here. Got to go to the 2-year chart. So yeah, we're basically at the resistance. We could get this nice gap fill here to 29, 30 area, which would obviously be ideal for longs, but it could also get rejected down to the low 20s too. So this actually will be a trade I'll be looking at. I actually had this on my list, but I forgot all about it today. So I'm going to write this down for tomorrow. UAA. So thanks for reminding me. So Joe, I would be careful about shorting UAA. I would definitely for me myself in my own account, I would be playing both directions. David Jones, how much does Tastyworks? So Tastyworks is $1 per contract to open and zero closing costs. Today, yeah. News of a scandal today. Drinking with the players hopefully will cause a little drop. You're talking about Under Armour, Derek? Are you talking about Under Armour? There was a scandal because it didn't really reflect in any of the pricing. But UAA, I definitely think UAA is an interesting chart. But in terms of the news scandal, I guess in terms of the scandal, that news already came out. It didn't have a factor for the stock price. Oh, right at close. Okay, I still don't think it means anything because I mean the stock's not moving after hours. If it was something serious, the stock would definitely move after hours, and it's not. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Like a lot of things like that online and like news articles and stuff. You know, always check what the price is doing. You know, there's always articles, there's always things going on, but it doesn't matter unless the price is impacted. You know, UAA could be the worst stock in the world, and if the price keeps going up, that just, you know, the news doesn't mean anything. You know, always focus on the pricing. You know, just because the stock has bullish momentum or bearish momentum doesn't mean they're going to continue going that direction. As you can tell with the market these days. Easy, thank you. Thank you so much. If this video was of value to you, this live stream is of value to you, smash that like button, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Excellent, good to see you. Glad you made it. We got about 15 minutes left in the stream. If you guys have any other stocks you want to talk about, I did vote today. I went and voted during lunch today. How's everyone feeling for tomorrow? I actually didn't think we were going to have an update today, to be honest with you, in terms of the market. I didn't think we were going to have an update, but it was pretty because on Friday we had that you know, I took off. And we had that gap up, and then they just had the rip down. That was pretty serious. I mean, we went from 2756 all the way down to like 2700. I mean, that was. I thought the Bears were going to be in control today, and they just, you know, the Bears crapped the bed. Except the Nasdaq, I guess, and they brought Apple down, but in terms of the Dow and the S&Ps, I don't know what the banks did today. I didn't look at them. They're kind of flat to down. Not a whole lot. But yeah, Apple was the one that brought that down. I mean, at one point it was down like $8. Yeah, it was like down like 3 to 4%, which is pretty crazy. Eric, do you think the banks will drop if the Democrats take the House? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. Like, whether you're Republican or Democratic or who has control of the House, whether it was, you know, the people were saying, you know, the stock market's going to get hurt a lot. Like, if you guys were trading during the 2016 election, you know, anytime there was positive news about Trump winning, the stock market went down. If there was any positive news about Hillary winning, the stock market went up. But then after Trump got elected, it was the complete opposite. The stock market ran for, you know, 14 months or whatever. I mean, so I just rely on price action. I don't try to have like beliefs when it comes to the stock market. I don't try, because that kind of messes with your mind. Like, so I wait for the aftermath is, okay, who's in control? What are they doing? And how is that impacting the price? And just take it a trade at a time. What do you think of bank stocks right now, like BAC? In terms of Chetan, I think we're in a period that it's got to break out or consolidate. For bulls, I think we need to consolidate. Honestly, like it needs to consolidate down in here. If it doesn't, like, you know, you can't have like the whipsawing. For bulls, you don't want to have the whipsaw up because then you can come back down. You know, what bulls want to do right now is kill momentum. They just want to kill volatility because right now they want to kill it because they know as soon as it rips up, it has an equal chance of ripping down versus consolidating and then going up. But for me, you know, right now it's back at this support level down in here where it bounced in the past. You know, bounced back in here. It bounced up in here, so, you know, it looks bullish to me. However, it could, you know, the thing is, right now, 1 ounce of bad news. I mean, we're down. You know, one more tariff away. Let's see here. Going through this. Christopher, opinion on JD. JD, I actually traded. Am trading. I did make $14 on the puts. I did buy the 26 calls this week because I thought we could return up to here. So we'll see. I was actually playing them. Because they do have earnings next week, so I'm playing them this week, kind of like a pre-earnings run up, just because it's dropped so much. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen with JD. I don't actually trade it that much. I mostly trade Alibaba. Easy wrote in Ross Perot for president. Okay. Is he? I didn't know Ross Perot was still alive, man. He wasn't running for president in the 90s? Cobra Commander. Been using TTM to squeeze identify consolidation. Nice. UVH will take over the house because I don't want politics. I just want to trade. I just want to trade up or down. I don't care. Let's just make some money in the market. If they crash the market, fine. If they bring the market to all new highs, fine. Let's just make money. I mean, obviously, people. When I say crash the market, I don't mean that in a negative way, because people that are holding stocks, obviously you don't want them to lose money, and people that are retiring this year or next year, you don't want no one wants to retire in a recession or a depression or see their portfolios cut in half. But at the same time, if you're sitting that fat on stacks and you're going to retire, you should have taken that money a while ago. That's all I'm going to say. Joe, if IBM calls go at 2 cents, that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. We'll buy more. Just kidding. I probably won't buy more. Not for this. I won't buy any more for this week expiration. That's for sure. Have a design. Any idea on Apple? You have calls and puts on both. What's your? If you guys are commenting your positions, please put in your strikes and your expiration date so that we can have some context. Baba puts, the reason excellent. The reason why I didn't do Baba puts is because JD was trending bullishly today, and Alibaba. I was gonna add Baba puts. The 1 year chart looks pretty rough here down here, but today yes, it was down, but it really just flattened out here. I wasn't sure. We'll see what happens. If we go down tomorrow, I'll add some puts, but. We'll see. I don't know. Baba's a tough run right now. I mean, it's trading in the super wide range. In a week, it's gone from 130 to 160. Now it's at 145. So it's really, really right there. It's right there in the middle of the range for the week. So you got to be careful. This could easily return back up to 150. As easy, it could go down to 140. No, you can't think of it like that. I'm talking about the people that are retiring this year or next year, 2018, 2019. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, if you're retiring this year or next year, you take all your money, take all your money out. You don't want to leave it up to what's going on. I mean, you made a lot of money from last year. I mean, if you had stock in Amazon and all those stocks, I mean, from last year, all those stocks are up more than double. So, or they were. Anyways, excellent. Can hold JD for the long term. I actually have Baba. I have Baba shares. Eric, I have an Iron Condor GLD 145. 114.50 and 117 GLD. Let's see for what expiration? Because that's looking pretty tight. We're 116 for this. I mean, for this week, I mean, you might be okay. I would definitely be careful the 117s unless this gets hit. But I would definitely be careful. 11. 11.9. Oh, so for this week, yeah, that's gonna be a tough. You're bringing it down. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, I mean GLDs for this week, expected move. I mean you're selling on Condor right in the expected move. I mean you're takes some balls to do that. That's definitely ballsy. You know, you're selling the, you know, so you had more of a bear stance on it. So the 115 one, I'm sorry, the one you had this like an iron condor like this, like, you know, max loss 32, max profits 18. You had more of a bearish skew, so I mean it could work out for you, but I mean definitely running it close here. It's time for Nick's plug on Coke and Tons. Easy. I will respond to you. I'll go through your positions. It's hard for me to go through every one of your positions during this stream. So, anyways, guys, you know, tomorrow's the midterm elections. Like, that's why I wanted to stay hedged, because anything could happen. You know, worst case scenario, I want to break even on my portfolio. Obviously, you want to make money, but sometimes that's not in the deck. So, worst case scenario, I was looking to break even if things start to go against me. You know, we're coming up an hour here. You know, if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, go vote. If you haven't voted yet, go vote. Doesn't matter who. I try not to be political on this stream. You know, everyone has their opinion, just like the market, stock market. Do yourself a favor. If you don't like what's going on in politics, or you do like what's going on in politics right now, vote. The video was of value to you, hit the like button. I definitely appreciate all of you guys. If you're not yet a member of our free option trading group, the link is below. We're coming up on 600 members in the free option trading group. I mean, that's crazy, guys. Crazy. But yeah, we'll have another stream coming at you tomorrow, 30 minutes after close. You guys have a great week.